All right, good morning, everybody. CBS 19 meteorologist Joel Robinson here with the latest details on our winter storm. We have winter storm warnings that are now in effect from areas ranging from Palestine all the way to Carthage and areas further to the north. That starts at 6 o'clock this evening and goes all the way until noon on Sunday. Areas in pink here have the best chance to see the worst conditions when it comes to this winter storm. Meanwhile, we still do have winter storm watches that are in effect from areas ranging from Crockett through Nacogdoches into Center and areas further to the south. That starts Saturday morning and lasts through Sunday morning. There's still kind of some iffiness whether or not we're going to see the worst conditions into this area in general. I do think maybe a little bit more rain is going to be expected, not exactly omitting anybody from ice in that direction, but certainly the worst conditions are going to be further to the north as far as the latest data sets. Now we'll keep you updated on the latest when it comes to that. We also have extreme cold watches and warnings, so some very cold temperatures also expected and are going to be very likely in areas where you do see that extreme cold warning. We're talking about air temperatures themselves being at 0, potentially down into the negatives. I do have a low on Monday down to 11, so we could get pretty close to that. But we're going to really keep an eye on that as we move forward as that Arctic air mass continues to spill down. Winter weather alerts here across the region. This purple area here is an ice storm warning, so at least an inch of ice is going to be possible, stretching from parts of Louisiana into Mississippi and even into parts of Tennessee as well. Those areas are going to see the most amount of ice. Of course, we are going to be seeing some ice as well here in East Texas, but not to the point where we'll need some ice storm warnings like those areas to the east. There is the storm off to the west here, spinning off the western coast of California. That will continue to move in multiple waves, and we're starting to kind of see that moisture streaming from the west, and we're kind of starting to see a little bit more in the way of rain shower activity for this morning, and that is going to continue to be increased in coverage for the afternoon. Just a few showers moving through the area, some areas of fog as well. The moisture is there, so we're going to be watching that into the rest of this morning and into the afternoon. So how are the roads as far as the timing? So for today, really just going to be wet for most of the day. I am giving you yellow because I do think there will be a little bit of a chance for that changeover into freezing rain as early as 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So I do think that ice will be possible during the late evening. And then we get into Saturday night into Sunday. Wet roads will become icy during the late afternoon and especially by Saturday. And into Sunday, we'll start to see that changeover, potentially even into sleet and into snow as we get deeper into the system. Either way, temperatures are going to be below freezing, supporting the development of icy conditions all the way through the weekend. Now for today, again, just starting out is rain for the most part as temperatures remain above freezing. We'll see a steady light rain for the middle to late parts of the afternoon, and then here comes that changeover as the temperatures begin to fall below freezing along and north of I-20 by around 8 o'clock or so. And then as that continues to move further to the south, you notice these temperatures well below freezing at this point, temperatures in the upper 20s. And then we get a break as we head into early Saturday afternoon, and then it picks up once again for late Saturday evening as temperatures continue to fall into the low 20s at this point. So we're going to continue to watch that freezing rain threat all the way through Saturday in multiple rounds. It picks up once again for Sunday morning, and then we'll see maybe a little bit of snow action north of I-30, but I think most of us will be in freezing rain and sleet, and temperatures will really tank after that. Here's the latest look at your ice outlook here. Again, along and north of I-20 is where we're going to be seeing the most ice. The further south you go, the more you'll be likely to see maybe trace amounts up to 1/4 of an inch. But I think the most we could likely see is maybe around 1/2 an inch or maybe 3/4 of an inch. That's going to be enough to cause some power outages and some hazardous road conditions all the way across the area. So definitely travel is not advised into this weekend. Weather impact alert starting at 9 o'clock this evening, going through noon on Monday for that combination of freezing rain and Arctic cold. So certainly you want to be careful if you have to travel and bring those pets indoors as well as your plants as well. Those temperatures, they'll continue to be below freezing into parts of next week, supporting those icy conditions into Monday and Tuesday, but temperatures in the daytime will creep into the 40s. We'll be right back.